Hi guys, welcome to another episode of my YouTube lesson. So in this video, we are going to be looking at how we can find limiting reagent and the excess reagent. So in any chemical reaction based on this question, so if you want to determine the limiting reagent and excess reagent, is going to be on the reactant side of the equation. This is the reactant side of the equation. This is the reactant side. This is the reactant, and this is the product side. So if you want to determine it, we are going to use this reactant side to determine any limiting reagent and the excess reagent, not to concern us with the product side. So in any chemical reaction, the limiting reagent is the one that's normally used up during the chemical reaction, while the one that is not used up is the excess reagent. So now for the solution, let's rewrite the equation again. We have 4 aluminum react with 3 mole of oxygen to produce aluminium 2O3. So we first solve for the mole of aluminium to find the limiting reagent and the excess reagent, because according to the question, they said how much of each reactant remain. They didn't ask us to find the limiting reagent or excess reagent. They said how much of each reactant will remain after the chemical reaction. But for us to get how much of this each reactant is going to be remain, we have to first find the limiting reagent and the one that's going to be excess reagent. So the mole of aluminium now, let's first of all the mole of aluminium, and the mole is equal to mass upon molar mass. So the mole is 54, the mole we are given, the gram we are given in the question. The mass is 54 gram upon molar mass of aluminium. Molar mass of aluminium is 27, so it's going to give us 2 mole. So after we are going to solve for the mole of oxygen also. We have the oxygen gas. It's going to be mass upon molar mass. So we have 32 upon aluminium. Molar mass for oxygen is going to be 32 also, because 16 multiplied by 2 is going to give us 32. So you're going to use us to 1 mole of or 2 mole of aluminium, also 1 mole of the oxygen gas. So we have it. So after we have studied for the normal mole, so we now find the limiting reagent and the excess reagent now. So let's say for aluminium now. For aluminium, I want to solve for whether the aluminium is going to be my limiting reagent or excess reagent for aluminium. So I will write the equation again. For aluminium plus 3 oxygen gas to produce aluminium 2O3. So I will copy the 4 down, the 4 I have here, and the 3 I have here. Now I want to solve for the mole of aluminium now. I will go and bring the mole I've already solved for up here. For oxygen, I will put it down, which is 1. So this one will now be x mole of this one will be unknown. So I will cross multiply here. So I'm going to have x mole of aluminium is going to be 4 multiplied by 1 upon 3. So our answer here is going to be 1.33 mole for aluminium. So this is how we can solve for the limiting reagent or the excess reagent. So let me solve for oxygen here now. For oxygen gas here, we're going to rewrite the equation again to produce aluminium 2O3. So I will copy this formula of this that we got from the reaction, 3 of this one also. And the mole I calculated for during the time we are calculating normal mole that we do normally use, I will copy it down here, which is 2. So multiply by the x mole of this. So I will now cross multiply. So the x mole of oxygen now will be equal to 2 multiplied by 3 upon 4. So the 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 will give me 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 will give me 1.5. 1.5 mole of oxygen. So now, when after calculate these 2 moles now, So we now check which one is limiting reagent and which one is excess reagent. The one that have the highest number will be our excess reagent, and the one that have the lower number will be our limiting reagent. Lowest number will be my limiting reagent. So now, if you so now oxygen is our excess reagent, while the aluminium is the limiting reagent in this kind of question. Because what the mole of aluminium is 1.33, while the mole of oxygen is 1.5. So the limiting reagent is this. So aluminium will be our limiting reagent, while the oxygen will be our excess reagent. So now, the second way to find how much of each reactant is going to remain at the end of the chemical reaction. So for us to get the amount that's going to remain, so we are going to use subtraction here. So amount of aluminium, let's solve the aluminium here. Amount of aluminium remaining, the amount of aluminium that is going to remain will be equal to 2, is going to be equal to minus the 2 that we get from this aluminium minus 1.33. So this one is going to give us 1.5 mole. So 1.5 mole of aluminium will remain here. The amount of oxygen gas also that's going to remain. So it's going to be the one that we have here and the one that we have. So 1.5 minus 1. So the amount of oxygen that's going to also remain is going to be 1.5 mole. So come to the end of our today's class. So if you're enjoying this class, please kindly let me to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So enough for you to know when I post another video. Thank you.